It has been an awesome day. First, we announced to the world we are expecting our first child. I couldn't be more proud of my beautiful wife, and we are over the moon about it. I went out and celebrated with a killer workout, took that outside, got a good sweat in, then I spent the rest of the day with family and friends. And that got me thinking about all the times I get asked why I named this project Walt's Kitchen Table. There is a saying that I love. Everyone you meet knows something you don't. And also, I really enjoy being around people that, I can occasionally have a real deep conversation with and at the same time joke around, right? So let's get into why I call this the table. Walt's Kitchen Table. Well, the first part's pretty obvious, right? It's my name. But the story behind the kitchen table is that the kitchen has always been a gathering place in my life, right? It's probably the same. You have guests over, where do you gather? Well, some of the greatest stories and most enjoyable conversation I've ever experienced have been around the kitchen table. Many of my favorite memories from growing up, including standing room only get-togethers in my family's kitchen while the other surrounding rooms stand empty, filled with warmth, either from everybody crowded in that small space, from whatever's cooking, maybe both, right? But I truly enjoy stories, telling them, and hearing other people's stories. These kitchen memories and the love of storytelling were my inspiration to start this podcast project. I wanted to create a space where people can sit, relax, enjoy some good conversation, and tell some stories along the way. Everyone has stories. As you listen to these episodes, you'll see that these guests are pretty ordinary people. They are not big movie or rock stars. They're not super wealthy, award-winning whatevers. These are everyday people that you can see and interact with all the time. And without taking that time and interest, you would never know their story. I believe that everyone is extraordinary and accomplishes amazing things every day. And these are the stories that I'm looking to hear and the conversations I'm looking to have. And how I got this thing started was years ago. Now, not years ago. Not too long ago. When my wife and I met, we had this system. I'll call it a system. We called it Surprise Date with Walt. So I would send her a calendar invite and it would say Surprise Date with Walt. And she had no idea what we're doing. So you got to be a yes to life to really get to be open for that stuff. Well, I get one from her. And of course I accept. And it comes to that day. What we do is we end up at this place in New Jersey, Montclair, New Jersey. And they're having a story slam. And if you ever listen to the Moth podcast, which is a big inspiration for my project, people get up in front of a crowd and they tell stories. They've rehearsed those stories, but they do it without notes. And people judge on it, So part of my surprise date was we end up at one of these story slams. And we're sitting back enjoying. This place is a beautiful spot. I'll put the link in the show notes. Check it out. Montclair Film Festival it's called. So we're having a good time. And the moderator calls my wife. My wife turns to me and says, "Nope, you're telling a story." So this is the second part of my surprise. So as I'm going up to the podium, I need to explain to the lady that I'm not my wife. She said, "Well, did you know you were going to tell a story?" "Nope." Do you have a story?" "Lady, do I have stories?" And then she says, "Did you practice them?" I said, "Man, I lived them." She said, "Podium's all yours." So at the end of that story, 4 minutes later, I got standing ovation. It was amazing. What a great feeling that was. And later the judge said if I could tie it in the topic, because every story slam has a topic. And of course I didn't know what the topic was till we got there. And I told the first story I came to my mind. So he said if I mixed in the topic, I definitely would have won, but no big deal. I won more from the experience than I ever could with that gift bag that they gave out. But going back to that, through years, I have stood in front of multiple, different sized crowds and talked on business and other things but it was always on a specific topic. And when I got done telling that story, I realized that storytelling in an organic conversation, there's no theme, and the topics are endless. You can go anywhere with it. That really got me going, and it got me thinking. So around Christmas time, I had some time off, so I was relaxing. And in the middle of the night, I sat bolt up in bed, snapped my fingers, and pointed right into the darkness, and I said, everybody's in the kitchen. So that's how this bad boy got started, and it's just getting started. I'm having a great time doing it. The feedback is awesome. I love your guys' feedback. Keep it up. If you want to have a conversation with me or get more information, the best place to hit me up is Instagram at WKT Podcast. Facebook is Walt's Kitchen Table, and my new website, waltskitchentable.com. Would love for you to check it out. But what I would, if you want to support the show, the best way to do that is jump over to my YouTube channel, and that's Walt's Kitchen Table on YouTube. You'll see my smiling mug. Hit the subscribe button, like and share. It helps out the channel a ton. So I'd love your support that way. And I just wanted to get this out and let people know why I call it the table. I've been getting asked a lot again, and hope to hear from you soon. Until next time, much love.